Alright, welcome back everybody to Operation Pluto. This is Germany turn 6. We do have Adolf with us for this, because as you might have guessed, we are attacking France this turn. There's one item of housekeeping to deal with first, and that is when the United States bought their carrier a couple of turns ago, they paid $5 for it, or they paid $6 instead of $5 for it. So they do have one additional dollar in the bank, and they have 14 saved instead of 13. So with that dealt with, we'll jump into the German turn. Germany has 24 IPPs to spend, and they're going to be spending 12 on a strategic bomber and the other 12 on 4 infantry. And we'll do German tech rows now. This is turn 6, so we still only get stage 1 and 2. So Germany will be rolling for advanced subs again. They'll be rolling for long-range aircraft. They'll be rolling for improved construction. And they will be rolling for heavy strategic bombers. So we will roll those. We get a hit on improved construction, a miss on long-range aircraft, a miss on advanced subs, and a miss on heavy strategic bombers. Oh well. So we will now move into the German turn. So first things Germany's going to do is the 2 submarines that are in A44 are going to walk up into A35 while we are not at war with Britain or France. And now once they're safely in the sea zone, we are declaring war on the British Commonwealth. So Britain will go to wartime income, and all of its various ANZAC and FEC go to wartime income now, and the USA will go up 5 on the bill chart, which Adolf is taking care of, so we appreciate that. For combat moves, the submarines are rating in A35. The coastal sub in A28 is rating as well. The submarine that is down in A48 is moving up 1 into A46 and is rating there. And the submarine that is in the Pacific in P63 is moving over 1 space into P60, and it is rating the convoy line there. Other combat moves on turn 1. The German Navy is coming out of port, and the torpedo boat destroyer, everything's going through the canal. The torpedo boat destroyer, both of those, the battle cruiser and the regular destroyer, are going to be attacking the Polish torpedo boat destroyer. The coastal defense ship is going to be shore bombarding West Poland, and the transport is going to pick up 2 infantry from Western Germany, and one of those is going to be attacking West Poland, and the other one is going to be attacking Lithuania. The 2 infantry in Königsberg are likewise going to be split between Lithuania and West Poland, 1 to each. Everything that is in Eastern Germany is moving into West Poland and attacking it. And the 18th Air, everything with the exception of 1 fighter, is attacking West Poland as well. And that includes the air transport, which is going to pick up one of the airborne and assault West Poland. The 3rd fighter, instead of participating in West Poland, it's going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4 into Lithuania, and then it can land in Königsberg. Other combat moves for turn 1, the medium armor, the 4 mech in Berlin are joining the 84th Army, and that is all moving down into Switzerland. And joining them in Switzerland is going to be the rest of the units that are in Bavaria. So 2 regular infantry, a mountain infantry, a cavalry, an artillery, and an airborne. And I think that has got all of our round 1 combat moves. Germany is going to be using lightning war. Spoiler alert, but we'll go ahead and do our first impulse attacks first. So we can go down to the battle board and cover. We have the dice laid out for West Poland on these bottom sections here. So I guess we actually need to do the sea zone combat to see surely this will succeed, but we do need to do it to see if my coastal ship and transport units get to participate. So top die for me is my battle cruiser. The green die is the destroyer, and the bottom two are my torpedo boat destroyers. So we will roll those. And I do get a hit, so the torpedo boat destroyer is destroyed, and it does get a hit in return. So one of our torpedo boat destroyers gets destroyed as well. So we will delete that. That does let us use our naval transport and our coastal defense ship, though. So now we will go down and roll for West Poland. So with the coastal defense ship, gets a first strike at 2, and both of our artillery that are attacking West Poland also get first strike rolls at 3. So we will roll those 3 first. And they are all misses out of 5. They all rolled 5. Interesting. But anyway, they're all misses. So all of the Polish units do get to participate in the first round of combat. So we will go ahead and roll the rest of the German units. And then for the 7 die, the attack bomber, which does have target selection, is on the left, and the medium bomber, which does not have target selection, is on the right. Right. So Germany, round 1, got, he is pointing out this 3 here. That is a hit. It's not a first strike hit, though. It's just one of the infantry. So all of the Polish units do get to hit. But Germany on round 1 got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, no target selects. So that actually clears out West Poland, it looks like. And in return, the Cav hits, and one of the 2 Polish infantry hit. So we will lose 2 of our regular infantry to that attack. And then we are successful in taking West Poland. So we're going to leave all this on here and just move it to the side for now, because we will be using all of these units in our second impulse. I guess I'll just leave them at the bottom of the board, because we can do everything on top is up here. We'll go ahead and roll for Switzerland now, since we have everything in position. I do get 1 first strike roll at a 2, so I'll go ahead and roll that. And it misses, so all of the Swiss units get to fire back. Right, so that was those, and then we'll roll our tanks. So Germany on round 1 got, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's enough hits to wipe Switzerland. So we'll see how many hits we take in return. And the militia misses, but 2 of the mountain infantry do hit. So we will lose one of the airborne that we had, and one of the regular infantry that we had to the Swiss. And then those dies will all be used on my side whenever we go into the second impulse into France. The other combat move for round 1 is me attacking Lithuania, so we'll just use these die that are already up here. These 2 teal die will be the 2 infantry that attack it at 2. I'll use green for the fighter, and then he'll use that for the militia. So we'll roll those. And the fighter does hit, so we will take over Lithuania, and the militia misses. So we take no casualties there. Alright, the last combats are all of our sub ratings that we have. So we can start with the coastal sub and A28 first. I will be the black die, and the British defenders will be the red die. My coastal sub does get +1, but the attack bomber, since it is considered to be on map, gives the escort row a +2 modifier. So we will give +1 to whatever the red die result is, and then figure out how much damage, if any, from there. So that's going to be 0 damage, because my coastal sub rolled a 1. So now we'll move down to the 2 subs that are in A35. Same thing here as far as bonuses, except my subs do get +2, so this is going to be a straight, whatever the die result is what it is. We're not going to add modifiers because they cancel out. So for the first sub, we deal 1 damage, and for the second sub, we will deal 0 damage. So the British will take 1 damage on that line. We'll now move down to the sub that is in a 46, and this time we do get our full +2, so the black die will get a +2 to whatever its number is, which is a 3, so +2 is 5, -2 is 3, that is going to be a full 3 damage to the West African line. And then the final sub-raid that we have is over in the Pacific against the Anzac line, the East Asian line. And same thing with the last one, we do get our +2 modifier on this one. Alright, so that's going to be a full 2 damage to the Anzac line as well. So I'll go ahead and modify the banks. Anzac goes down 2 and goes to 4, and the British lose 4 and go down to 12. Non-combat moves now. All of the submarines, so the 2 submarines in A35 and the submarine that is in A26 are going to go import into this sub-base that is in Glacier and Lyon, since we get to use the Spanish facilities. Those ships are going to stay out in the open. The fighter that attacks Lithuania has to land in Königsberg, and the 18th Air that attacked West Poland, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or if I do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just going to go to West Germany. Actually, it's going to go to Berlin, not West Germany. Okay, so that has got that covered. I think for other non-combat moves, the regular infantry that is in Berlin is going to rail down into Slovakia, and not the regular infantry, but the blue division, and the regular infantry that's in Western Germany is going to rail down into Slovakia as well. Okay, I think that's got everything for round 1 done, so we are going to activate our Lightning War ability and go into our second impulse now. The Germans that are everything that's here is in Switzerland, and all of that is going to be attacking Alsace-Lorraine. And all of the mechanized infantry, as well as the light tanks and the medium tanks, are going to be, if possible, blitzing into Paris. Other attacks, we're going to take the 2 infantry that the blue division is going to stay in Slovakia. The regular infantry is going to attack Donoslavsky, and it's going to be joined by, let's see, this cav's dead, that's dead. Let's see, actually the 2 artillery units are going to be attacking Warsaw. The majority of the infantry is going to be attacking Warsaw. The airborne is going to be picked up by the air transport and dropped into Warsaw. That's an infantry that's attacking Warsaw as well. Let's see. The medium bomber is going to be attacking Donoslavsky with 1 infantry from Slovakia and 2 infantry that survived from Eastern Germany. And then the rest of what's left in West Poland is going to be attacking Warsaw, and the rest of the 18th Air, so all 3 fighters and the attack bomber, are going to be attacking Warsaw as well. So we'll go down to the battle board and let's see, we'll figure that out. So don't have the coastal defense ship anymore. I do have these 2 artillery. I do have that. So let's see, I have, how much do I have survived? Let's see. I think I forgot to take off. Oh no, they've been taken. see, I said 2 regular infantry are attacking Donoslavsky. Yeah. So that means, I don't think we took the casualties off that I took in West Poland off the actual board, but it was 2 infantry that I lost. So I will have 4 regular infantry, 2 artillery, an airborne, and then the Air Force attacking Warsaw. And then in Donoslavsky I have 3 infantry and the medium bomber. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll for the Polish guys first, I guess. Yeah, we can do, this will be simpler instead of taking the battle board, indeed. Okay. So the green die for me will be the infantry attacking from Slovakia. That hits at a 2 on round 1, excuse me. The other 2 infantry hit at a 1. And then we will grab this, and this is our medium bomber, which will hit at a 7 for this. Alright, so 2 1s, 2, and a 7. Right. All of our infantry miss, but our medium bomber does hit. And so we'll see what the Polish infantry do. Yeah, okay. Oh, they're locked for some reason. Okay. Alright, so it's 2 hits. It's unfortunate. So we'll take 2 of our infantry as casualties, and we will go ahead and press since we do have the infantry body. So I have 1 at a 2, 1 at a 7, and he has, Donoslavsky has 1 at a 4 now. So our medium bomber does hit, and the Polish infantry misses, so our infantry will survive the attack, and so that'll take care of that. We can go ahead and roll for Warsaw now. So just to make sure that I have this correct on my end, I have, I think the airborne got deleted somehow. Oh no, there he is. I have 2 artillery, 4 regular infantry, an airborne, and then 3 fighters and attack bomber. So that is airborne, 2 upgraded infantry, 2 artillery, 2 infantry at a 2. This infantry is dead. And then I have my 2 fighters at 6 and the attack bomber at 7. So we'll go ahead and roll our 2 first strikes first. I rolled the artillery units instead of the dice. Oops. Alright, so neither of our first strikes hits, so everything in Poland will get to attack back at us. We'll roll the rest of our units. And we are supposed to have a 3rd fighter. Oof, all my fighters missed. Okay, so 1 of our infantry at 2 hits, 1 of our infantry at 3 hits, and our fighters miss, but our attack bomber does hit, so we get 3 hits, although 1 of those hits is a target select, which is going to go on to 1 of the infantry. So now we'll see how much damage Poland deals back to us. So 1 of the militia hits, and 1 of the infantry hits, and then maybe we can get a fighter miss. Yay. Alright, so we take 2 hits, no airborne, or no air hits we have to take. We will lose 2 of our regular infantry, and then our airborne gets downgraded to a die roll of 2 now. So we will go ahead and roll for round 2, and we have 2 artillery, 2 regular infantry, and airborne. All of our planes still against, let's see, I think there should be, I think there should be 1 less militia, because we got 2 regular hits and then a target select hit. So we're going up against 1 militia, 1 infantry, and 1 fighter. Right, so airborne misses, artillery and infantry all missed. Our fighters one of our fighters hit, and then our attack bomber missed, so we only got one hit on round 2. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Alright, the militia missed, the infantry hit, and the fighter misses. Good for us. So we'll take one hit, and we will take one of our regular infantry. So now our artillery, or not our artillery, our airborne goes back to being upgraded to a 3. And we have one regular infantry and an airborne, and then all of our other units against the surviving Polish infantry and fighter. So those are all misses. Our fighter, one of our fighter hits, and then we got our attack bomber to hit as well. So that finishes out Warsaw. And we will take one hit as well in return, and that'll take out our last regular infantry. So surviving in Warsaw is a single airborne and 2 artillery, and then all of our planes will get to land. So we'll take care of that late in a second. We'll just go ahead and delete all this stuff. Now we will do the battle for France. So we're going into Alsace-Lorraine from Switzerland. So to start out with, we have, let's see, this isn't a mountain, so all of our stuff gets upgraded. So I'm just going to move all these die. They're going to be the wrong color, but to save that time, I'm just going to move them over. So on the attack against Alsace-Lorraine, we are fighting 2 militia and 2 infantry. We do get a, let's see, one of the mountain infantry is still just the 2 though. Although, you know, I have an artillery and I don't think I upgraded my infantry. It didn't matter because we hit it in round 1, but so this infantry will actually come over and he'll be a 3 from the artillery. And then the cav is, yep, okay. So we'll go ahead and roll the first strike roll. And it finally hits. We get a first strike roll, finally. So one of the 2 militia won't get to fire back. And then we will roll all the rest of this. And all these are 3 hits, and none of them hit. But our medium tanks did come through for us and got the last hits that we needed to be able to blitz. So, happy for that. And then we will take militia missed and both infantry missed, so that's nice. We won't take any casualties taking Alsace-Lorraine. We will now blitz into Paris, and so only our mech units can participate in this. So our mountain infantry die gets deleted, our artillery die gets deleted, our cav die gets deleted, and our upgraded infantry die gets deleted. We should have 6 medium tanks attacking at 6, as 6 mechanized infantry attacking at 3, and 4 light tanks attacking at 3. So we should have 10 die at 3 and 6 die at 6. Against, there are 4 militia, 3 infantry, 2 fighters, and then the AA gun as a body. So that's going to be 4 at 3, 3 at 5, 2 at 6 against us, as well as the AA body, and then all of his militia and infantry do get target select at 1 since they are in a city. So if that happens, we'll have to take a medium tank hit, I'm assuming, for any of those. So we will go ahead and roll for round 1 and see what happens. Alright, that's a nice round 1 from our 3s. That's 4 hits from those. Our 6s, we got 1, 2, 3 hits as well. So we got 6 hits total for round 1, or 7 hits total for round 1. So that's very nice. And so those 7 hits will be taken by the AA, the 4 militia, and then 2 of the infantry. So we'll see what we take in return for round 1. We do take a 1 from one of the militia, so one of our medium tanks is dead. all of the infantry missed, which is good for us, and then the fighter hits. So we will lose a medium tank for the target select, and we will lose a I'm going to lose a light tank for the fighter hit. Alright, so we were down to 5, die at 6, and 9, die at 3, and so we'll roll for round 2. We get 2 hits, 3 hits from our 3s, and we got everything from our medium tanks. So that's very nice. And in return, we'll take another medium tank hit from the infantry and another, let's see, so I'll have 4 tanks to go with 4 mechs. And then, yeah, we'll take a light tank hit. So surviving in Paris will be 4 medium tanks, 4 medium tanks, 2 light tanks, and 6 mech infantry. So these 2 infantry, I think, are dead. The mountain, the airborne, the artillery, and the cav are all in Alsace-Lorraine, and then the 84th is in Paris. And the 84th lost. Yep, he's already covered, so we'll just move these other units up into that army marker thing. I forgot the word for it. My bad. Anyway, so that'll take care of that. Non-combat moves for Germany round 2 is going to be basically nothing except for our planes landing. With the exception of one of our infantry in Lithuania is going to move back down into Königsberg. For our planes landing, the fighter that started in Königsberg moved 2 into Warsaw. It's going to move 2 back into eastern Germany. The 18th Air started in Berlin, and they went 1 to the medium bomber, went 1-2 into Donaueschwalski. It has 4 remaining movement points. It's going to move back and land into western Germany. The 2 fighters and the attack bomber went 1, 2, 3 into Warsaw. They only have 2 movement remaining, and they are going to move all of those back into eastern Germany. So medium in western, everything else, with the exception of the air transport in eastern. The markers there. We'll add the fighter back up here. It was 4. Oh, you're right. You already had it covered. Yep. Yeah, that was, you had deleted them up there, and then I just moved everything that was like not on the marker up there, and I didn't even notice. So good catch on that. Yes. So I think that's got all of the combat moves and non-combat moves covered, because we can't move our ships anymore, and that's got all of our planes landed. So now we will do the various roles for the creation of Vichy France. So we'll start out with the Navy, and we'll go north to south and then over to the Pacific. So rolling for the submarine, just to refresh everybody on the roles for it. If it's a 1 to 3, the ship will stay Free France. If it's a 4 through a 7, it gets scuttled. So this is changed in the change log, but doesn't show up on this particular version of the rules chart here. But it is 4 through 7 gets scuttled. 8 through 10 will go Vichy, and then if it's 11 or 12, it will go German for the Atlantic, and the Pacific will go Japanese. So we'll get started on rolling those. We'll roll for this French submarine first. And that is a 12, so it's German, which we love. We'll now do the battleship. It's a 10, which is Vichy. I thought it was German, but I got a little too excited. It's Vichy. We'll do the destroyer, which is a 6, so it just gets scuttled. We'll then come down at day 23, and we'll do the light cruiser, which is a 7, so it gets scuttled. We'll do the other battleship, and it's a 9, so that's Vichy. Vichy gets both battleships, interesting. We'll do the French destroyer, and that is a 6, so that gets scuttled. We'll come down into a 35 and do the transports, which is a little bit of the big one. So for the first transport, it'll go 12 and go German. The second transport is 10 and goes Vichy. So that's very good rolls for us on the Navy. I think the other naval ships, I don't think there's any more on the Atlantic side of the board, so we'll move over to the Pacific. There is a TV destroyer, an I-42, or I-12 rather, that we will roll for. It's an 11, so that gets Japanese. We'll do the destroyer that is on escort duty. It goes 1, so it stays Free France. And we'll do the 2 subs that are next to Japan proper in P-16. And so sub number 1 is a 2, and we'll stay Free France. And sub number 2 is a 6 and gets scuttled. Right. So I think that's got all the naval ships taken care of. So we will do the various land zones now. I think it's 1 through 6 is Free France, and 7 through 12 is Vichy. Yep. And then there's various combinations for those. Since our die is already in the Pacific, we'll go ahead and roll for all the Pacific zones. So 1 through 6 will stay Free France. 7 through 12 will actually go Japanese instead of Vichy, which we hope to see. And it's a 1. We disappoint our Japanese buddy. Hopefully he doesn't take it personally. So now we'll go over and do the various African territories. So French Morocco is its own roll, and we will roll that. And we get an 8, so it is Vichy. All 3 Algeria land zones are 1 die roll, and they will go Vichy as well. Tunisia is its own die roll, and it's Vichy as well. So North Africa goes to Vichy. Syria is its own die roll. And it is a 6, so it will stay Free France. I'm pretty sure French Somaliland, Madagascar, and Reunion are all the same die roll, so we'll roll that one. And it is an 8, so it goes Vichy. Vichy is just having good die rolls. We then split into the 2 West African zones. I forget where the cutoff is. I think Niger goes with these 3, and then the rest go on the other. Could be wrong on that. Anyway, we'll do the one with Cameroon first, since that has the IP P value on it, and then we'll do the one for the other and figure out which land zones those are. So Cameroon stays Free France, and the rest of these will go to Vichy. Alright, so Free France will wind up having 4 IPCs, Cameroon, Syria, and then Indochina, and then Vichy gets the other 4, I think it's 4 and 4, which will, of course, go to Germany, because we also get Madagascar, yep, so 4 and 4 on those. The German, what all went German? A submarine went German, and then one of the transports went German. That's what it was. So yes, he's already moved it to A12 for me, so we appreciate that. because we will move that up here. And then the German sub is going to southern England connects to A6, right? I think it does. Yeah. So we're going to move the German sub and sell it back to A11. And then all the Vichy stuff goes to southern France. Do you have to immediately declare the Free French capital, or do I have to move Vichy first? Yeah, so we'll check on that real fast because that could impact the Vichy moves. I'll go ahead and get the Vichy infantry, artillery, and fighter for southern France, though, and place those down. And then I'll go ahead and do recruitment rolls for Spain and the recruitment roll for Vichy. So first one is Spain, hits at a 6 or less. That is a hit, so we'll have 2 militia in Madrid. We'll then do Vichy recruitment, and that is a miss at 11. I'll go ahead and get the German buys and replacing those. All 5. We're going to put the Strat bombers going in Western Germany. Vichy non-combat gets to move on its whenever it gets created. Right, not combat movement, but non-combat movement. Yep. One of the infantry is going to go into Eastern Germany. The other 3 are all going into Western. And we'll wait and see what the Free France. Well, I guess we need to check the rules to see whether or not that has to happen first or not. Let's see. French surrender. Oh yes, you're correct. The ships on the queue, I think it's 1 through 6, it gets scuttled. Or nope, sorry, 1 through 7 gets scuttled. 8 through 10 is Vichy, and 11 through 12 is German. So I'll go get the die for that and roll for those real fast. So we will roll for the heavy cruiser first. And with a 7, it gets scuttled. And we'll roll for the battleship. And with a 6, it is also scuttled. Which one? Oh, nope, you're right. I completely missed that. Okay, thank you for pointing that out. Good catch. We will roll for this submarine. I don't think I did. I'll double check my video to make sure we aren't rolling for it twice. And potentially taking it away from you, but I think I missed it. And I hope I missed it because that would go German if I did. So yeah, we'll go ahead and put a German sub here, and I'll double check the video. Do I get to? My options with these ships are only to move it back to sea or keep it where it is, right? I can't like have it go into port at this sub base. Okay, yeah, so we'll just do as you did and moved it back to A11. So very nice. We like those submarines going German. I think that's got everything covered though. Let's see. There's a potential Vichy non-combat movement depending on the whether or not we have to see whether the French capital gets declared, Free France capital gets declared before or after Vichy gets the non-combat move. We'll settle that in housekeeping after we figure that out, instead of making you guys sit through this video while we look at the rules and try to figure this out. But anyway, that is going to be the end of Germany turn 6. Got to do all the income. Wonder if that was correct. It did not do it correctly, which we didn't place any of the roundels, so that's why it didn't do it. Okay. So Paris, Aquitaine, Normandy, Picardy, Alsace-Lorraine, West Poland, Donetsk, Warsaw. I did forget one thing, and that is we're going to align Hungary at the end of our turn, now that France has fallen. And that's in the placed units phase, so none of those units get to move. I got the fighter copied down here. Yep. Switzerland is also German, and Lithuania is German. So Germany should have gone up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15, 16, and plus 4 for the other Vichy, so a total of 20 IPCs. So Germany should be at 44. Germany is now at war with Great Britain, so it gets its wartime bonus of Sweden being neutral or German controlled. So we'll collect 47 there. I forgot to mention this at the start, but Germany and the USSR have signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. So we'll put this here. We won't collect the +5 now, just in case he decides to break the pact before the end of this turn for some reason. But that has been signed, just to let everybody know. So yes, Germany will collect $44 plus the 3 from wartime bonus of Sweden, so $47, and it will also take the 10 IPCs that were in the French bank and leaving it with a total of 57 IPCs in its bank. So with that, we will say this is the end of the turn, and we will go look in the rulebook to figure out this Vichy thing. But anyway, overall, I would call it successful German turn 6. Maybe some more casualties in Poland than we thought, but France went very well for us, and those VQLs went excellent for us. So overall happy, and we will pass it over to the veteran for common turn 6.